Hello, my fellow classmates. It's Maurice Kalu here. My topic I will be talking about during my speech is digital technology and how it has improved the way people communicate, interact, and gather information for a betterment of humanity. Um, with that being said, before I go into my speech, I just want to say that I believe technology is really a good source and a good way people and us humans interact in our century today. And I feel like you could learn a lot of things from it. And yeah, from that being said, one thing that I'm going to be talking about in my speech is technology has changed the way people gather information, of what I was really just piggybacking off what I just said. I feel like you could get information within seconds by the snap of your fingers or the blink of an eye. Especially right now through our pandemic that's going on right now with the COVID-19, there has been a lot of news where you could learn about, or if you're worried of things of that nature, you could always just find out. Just pull out your laptop, a cell phone, make a phone call to a friend, a family member, and they could all find information that they need. With that being said, there are a lot of times where people put out false information and change and have negative thoughts and really just negative information, and false information is never good for anybody, because you don't know what you're learning or know what to believe, and that things of that nature might not want to trust the technology that you're using. People are able to find good-hearted stories about humanity. When kids are bullied, you find stories like of how people jump in and try to save the kid that is being bullied. I recently did a slideshow topic on bullying, cyberbullying actually, and I feel like there's a lot of cases where people are definitely do get bullied, which is sad, but I feel like you could find stories on the internet using digital technology of where someone, for instance, is getting bullied, and there are people that are out there to help them and get through it. Another thing that I want to talk about is how technology is able to build relationships. I personally have been able to build relationships over the past few years, or ever since I really got a cell phone, or downloaded apps such as Twitter, Facebook, MySpace is one that I used to have, Instagram. Yeah, so I've built a lot of friendships throughout basketball and just really through different apps, and to this day, they're good relationships. You could build good relationships with one another. There are dating apps out there. I don't know any off the top of my head, but there definitely are dating apps out there for people to, if you're not in a relationship, if you're single, if you're trying to find interest in someone, you can always get on digital technology and try to find a partner. During our pandemic, it has allowed people to stay in and contact one another during the COVID. So being at home a lot, students and workers have to do things like FaceTime calls, Zoom calls. I have talked about that earlier in my recent speech. Zoom calls is just like another thing as like a FaceTime, where you could have multiple people on one app, and you guys are connecting and sharing information, whether it's work related or school related. If you have to do class, have classmates and teachers that you have to talk to on the Zoom app. People use social media as well to meet, like I said, to meet one another and build relationships. And Sherry Willis says yes, it can make people feel isolated, which I do believe it really can make people feel isolated. And there's some negative things, like pros and cons to everything. Like people could get really depressed by using so much so much technology where they're just seeing false images and want to be like somebody else that is just like a celebrity or something, or I don't know, like, but I do agree with her how people could feel isolated, but it does more good than harm, I believe, as well. That's the reason why I'm giving this speech, because I feel like technology, it brings a lot of good energy, and you could learn a lot. You could find different hobbies from technology. You could find jobs. You could make money. You could do a lot of things through technology, as well as just me personally. I'm a people person, so I can meet new people. I could meet new coaches, meet new friends, basketball players, and just reach out to them and ask them for information or anything that I need. People are not only finding new friends on technology, but allowing people to reconnect with old relationships. Like recently, I would say about a week ago, I have an app called Snapchat. Snapchat is an app where you could have friends on there. You send snaps, text messages, and things of that nature. So recently, I had an old, like a little reunion with my friends from high school, in which I had a graduating class of like 25 people. I went to a preparatory school, and I just felt like it was really nice to reconnect with my friends. And I wouldn't have been able to do that if technology wasn't around in our time and century. Yeah, so I feel like technology is definitely a good way to reach out to old friends and make new friends. How technology has allowed people to communicate over the world. According to Michael O'Hagan, how people connect with one another in a matter of seconds also is a downfall. The downfall would be like not truly connecting with a person to person. Like you're connecting with them through the phone, yeah, but like you don't really get to really meet them and get to really, really see what that person has to offer, whether it's good or bad things. Like you could just see the image that they're trying to put out there and not see the real image of them. They are truly getting to know one another. That could be one. Padron Belton, he discusses how technology has allowed people that can't speak now able to communicate through technology. I have saw some instances like that where people are not able to verbally talk, but through technology they have things connected to their brain or things like that, and it helps them project what they have to say without physically being able to talk. And I think that is really cool, because everybody should be able to connect with one another, and I feel like that is really awesome. In conclusion, I just want to say technology has grown rapidly. It will continue to grow over the years, of course, because they're coming out with new things every single year. New phones, new laptops, new iPads, new apps, and things of that nature. People need to realize that is our future. And yes, it has downfalls, but it also has some great qualities to help one another. People communicate across the world. Like I'm from Canada and I'm in America right now, so I use my technology to connect with my mother on WhatsApp. So I feel like I connect with my brothers, my cousins, my uncles, my family and friends through technology, and I'm in a totally different country. So I feel like it's awesome, and it definitely has great qualities. It helps people build relationships across the world. Lastly, it allows people to know at a rapid pace. Like you get to know people really quick and things like that. So thank you for listening to my speech. Hope you have a great day, and yeah, thank you.